One of the things I love about traveling is discovering new recipes from all over the world. During my time in Europe, I was in Switzerland actually working on an orchard, and I learned the most amazing recipe for overnight oats. Since I've started doing my healthy cooking and teaching people how to make healthy recipes, I recreated this recipe to be a little bit more healthy, higher in protein, and very nutrient rich. This recipe, what I love about it is that you don't have to cook anything. You can make this the night before and it's ready for you first thing in the morning. So let's get started. This is all about assembly here. I've got in my mason jar, I've got about half a cup of oats, which is usually what I use. You can use a little bit more or less depending on how you feel. I'm going to just put in some Greek yogurt. So Greek yogurt is really high in protein, it's really high in probiotics, and I just think it's amazing for flavor. So I'm going to be putting about 1/3 of a cup of Greek yogurt right into the jar. And then I'm going to be pouring some almond milk in. I like to use unsweetened almond milk. You can actually make it yourself or you can buy it store-bought. You can use any other kind of nut or flax milk that you want. I don't prefer to use dairy milk, so I like to opt for a nut milk, whatever you prefer. So I like to mix it up, give it a nice little stir. And one of the most important ingredients for this recipe is chia seeds. So chia seeds actually turn gelatinous when mixed with liquid. And again, a lot of people say, well, Zain, don't you have to cook your oats before you consume them? Actually, what happens is, due to the fact that the oats are sitting with moisture overnight, they actually become very easy to digest and very healthy for you. I'm going to add my protein powder to this. I like to use Sunwarrior protein powder. I use it in a vanilla flavor. For those of you who know Sunwarrior, it is a bioavailable protein and it is a raw protein, so it's not something that you really want to cook with. But for any of my raw recipes, this is the protein of choice for me for sure. What I like to do for sweetening is I don't use any artificial sugars. So what I like to do is add stevia to it. I love the vanilla cream stevia. It's just very powerful and it's not very bitter. So I like to add a couple of drops. Again, you can use a sweetener of your choice. Maple syrup is really good, raw maple syrup, manuka honey, or any kind of raw honey. Again, it's all about portion sizes when it comes to sweeteners. So again, like no more than 1 teaspoon if you're going to be using maple syrup or honey. The last ingredient that I'm going to add before I seal this up is some unsweetened jam. And I'm going to mix it up. So again, you can just kind of judge by the consistency. Some people like their overnight oats to be very thick, like this, so it's more of a creamy texture. I like to add a little bit more milk, so again, about 1/4 cup or just over, maybe an extra tablespoon or so. And what you do is you just mix all of those ingredients together and just seal it up. So again, I'm using about a 500 ml mason jar. I like to seal it up, and you leave that in the fridge overnight. And in the morning, you wake up and just top it with fresh berries, some nuts, whatever you like. Again, I've got about 10 different varieties on my website. However you choose to make it, whatever you choose to do, overnight oats, amazing staple recipe for a healthy lifestyle.